Hey everybody, Multi here, back with some more Xenoblade Kurosu. We have so much to discuss today. We just completed Chapter 3 in the last episode, and Chapter 3 is, well, I said after Chapter 2 that basically at that point the training wheels were off. After Chapter 3 is basically jumping straight into the ocean, essentially. Might as well be. Because there is so much that opens up to you. Like, literally, basically everything is available to us at this point. The whole game is open, you know, provided that we meet the requirements or whatever missions we want to take. But otherwise, yeah, basically the whole game is open to us. If we want to, we could just make a beeline to all the different contents of the game. And I could do that, but I kind of still want to stick to my plan of how I want to do things here. So, let's go over all the features that are now available to us, because I'd like to do that before I start getting into side quests again, because there's a lot open to us now. Starting off here, advancing story missions. Going over the notifications that we were given at the end of the last episode, because I had to end it quickly because we were already at an hour and 20 minutes at that point. So, story missions from here on out will be initiated by you whenever you feel ready to. You can just come here to this console, and as long as you meet all the requirements, which are listed on the right here, and you have all the required party members, we'll get to that here in a bit, you can start the next chapter if you want to. The game is not going to thrust you into the next chapter anymore, ever again, actually. So that's really awesome. My plan for advancing story missions is to do basically just about everything we possibly can do before that story mission, with some exceptions. There will be some missions that I will be saving for later, even though we could technically initiate them now, or yeah, at least start them now, maybe even do them now. But yeah, there's specific reasons why there's certain missions I will not be doing, even though we could now if we want to. Next up, Blade reports. This was the Miiverse function, which is, as of December 2017, is unavailable. And since then, Eleanor fans have not been the same because, unfortunately, no more affection for Eleanor. Next up, we're going to head out to the administrative district here. So ignoring all the other stuff we can do now, let's check out the Scout console. They kind of went over this a little bit, like when we were doing the tour back in episode 2 or whatever. But let's talk about this. The Scout console is an online feature that will not be available after April of 2024. So we're going to make use of this a little bit here and there throughout the Let's Play. I would like to show it. Well, I guess I could now. Let's take a look at it. So Scout, basically what it is you can actually recruit an avatar from another player, basically. You can pick their levels. I'm going to say any level. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not going to allow me to just recruit one that's from level 60, right? That'd be kind of ridiculous. But maybe. But it's the... Oh. So technically you can recruit higher level scouts, and that could actually be... I guess that could be a strategy to level yourself up faster. You could just recruit level 60 scouts and then just fight a bunch of level... high-level enemies and get your avatar leveled up really fast. That's technically a strategy that could work, I guess. But they cost a lot more credits, basically. And yeah, it looks like the higher level they are, the less time you get with them, basically. So I guess that's how they kind of keep you from abusing it too much. But still, that's really good thing to know that we can do that at least until April, basically. So highly recommend making good use of this feature until then. I'm not going to do this right now in this episode because I want to save up my credits for a little bit, but I will be making use of this feature at some point in the Let's Play. Maybe for like a very difficult boss I'm having trouble with or something. I don't know. I'm sure I'll come across a scenario where this would be a good idea to give a try. So back inside the Blade Barracks, right here we have this room, the Blade Network. This is where you can access more online features. Basically, you can see all of these different scout blades that you can actually scout. So again, this is kind of an extension of the Scout console. You can also find blades in here, but also throughout Mira, posted for you to just scout them whenever you want to. Like, from what I understand, I think the blades that you speak to, like out in the field, they don't cost any credits to add to your party. At least from what I understand. I'm assuming so. Like if we, I don't know here. Let's ask Dante to demonstrate for us. So what's up, Dante? Hey, nice work. Oh, that's it. That's what he says. So yeah, these are the that's the public greetings. That's the next thing we have to go into. It's the public greetings. Basically, you can change what your avatar says whenever someone else finds them, basically out in the field or on the scout console. From what you're looking for, you got it. Yeah, just things like that. That's all there is to it. So yeah, again, this is an online feature that we're going to be losing in April next year. Okay, so this guy is level 10. So I can scout this person, it looks like, again, without the cost of any credits. So I guess that's the one benefit of doing it, basically. Yeah, so basically, it's just other than being at the scout console, it's just kind of random, like what level players you'll find, basically. But I would imagine that, yeah, you're not going to find level 60, for example, scouts this way, unless you're already level 60 yourself, so that must be why it's free. Okay, so yeah, that's basically scouting, essentially. I'm not going to demonstrate the feature quite yet, but I will someday during Let's Play. Alright, next Fandom mentioned something about classes and skills. I have already talked about classes a lot, but I haven't talked about skills. So, let's go into that. Skills are basically attributes that you can add to your to your character. You can add these to Cross, but you can also add them to your party members as well, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we have some for basically all the different classes we have been. So if you've been to every class, and you'll have access to skills from every single class here. But you're limited to however many skill slots you have, which in my case is 2. I can't remember. I don't remember like how to change that. But for example, we'll add a gunslinger because that's the only one we have access to, and we can upgrade. We can also upgrade these also using battle points in addition to the arts. But skills generally require less BP to upgrade. You can upgrade these a lot fully a lot faster. So here it only costs 8 BP to upgrade to level 3, basically. Could we? Nah, not all the way. Basically, that's pretty much all we can do. So yeah, that's how skills work, basically. It just depends on what class you are, and also, yeah, again, I don't remember for sure, like, if it's if there's specific skills for, like, different characters, or if it just depends on the class exclusively. Next up, organizing your party. So as of Chapter 3, as of finishing Chapter 3, we now have the ability to completely customize our party, like as in who is in our party, aside from Cross themselves. Cross cannot be removed from your party. You have to have your avatar Cross in the party at all times, but everyone else, it's fair game. So far up to this point, we have had Elma and Lynn in our party, and we can add them if we want to. In order to add a party member, you have to go to their hangout spot to find them. Elma's regular hangout spot is here at the console where you select the story mission. So pretty much the most obvious place you can imagine finding her. Next up, in the Blade Barracks kitchen is where we can find Lynn. And of course, when you add Lynn to your party, you are automatically going to add Tatsu, since well, Lynn is in charge of Tatsu. So Tatsu is automatically added to the party. And he did say that we have to protect him and all that stuff, but in the reality, you really don't have to worry about that. It's not going to affect any of the battles that we're in. You know, like if the party goes down, then Tatsu just responds with you. Like he's not affected whatsoever by any of the missions whatsoever, despite what he said at the end of the chapter there. However, it's worth noting that there are specific circumstances where your characters will not be found, where the party members will not be found at their normal hangout spots. But first things first, I'd like to go over the 3 other party members we now have access to. As you saw at the end of the last episode, probably very briefly, because I kept on skipping through all of it because I was trying to end off the episode. We are now allowed to recruit Irina, Gwen, and Doug into our party. We met these 3 characters during the first episode, and now we can recruit them into our party. And this is a big deal because these 3 characters, we're now going to be able to access their arts and level them up, as well as among other things. So this is Irina's usual hangout spot, basically right across from Mission Control. So yeah, that's where you can find Irina. That's right. If you register collectibles in Collectpedia, you can earn rewards. That's at the core of what we do as curators. Yeah, but where's Gwyn? I forgot where Gwyn's usual hangout spot is. Maybe he's down here in Division... Ah, here he is. So Gwyn is down here in Division Drive, across from the elevator down to the hangar. So, this is where you can find Gwyn. Now, party members will not always be marked with blue text. I know you might be thinking right now, oh, they're too easy to find because they're marked by blue text. That will not be the case here real soon, and you'll see why. Shouldn't you all strive to be as passionate about fulfilling your duties as Justin? Oh, Justin. That's right, Justin. We got complete his mission. Okay, well, we'll do that here in a little bit. So to find Doug, we're gonna have to go actually down to a place we haven't been to yet. And that is the hangar down in the administrative district. There's actually it's kind of confusing because there's a hangar in the administrative district and there's also one in the industrial district. This one here is just called the hangar, but the one down in the industrial district is called the Outfitter's Test Hangar. So that's the difference between the two. The test hangar is basically just that. It's for testing equipment and scales and stuff like that. But the one here at the administrative district is for performing maintenance on scales and other equipment, basically. Hello. Oh, wrong way, doofus. Jeez. So here it is. This is the hangar. Yeah, we didn't have this on the... This is now a fast travel point, in case you heard that on my Wii U gamepad, actually. Makes a sound whenever a fast travel point appears on the map. So this is where you'll find Doug, right here by the hangar. Hey. As long as you got funds, you can scout blades as much stronger than yourself. Keep in mind when you're having trouble out there, it could be a lifesaver. Yes, okay, yeah. So they're basically reaffirming what I found out on my own, basically. Hey. You're interested in the mystery of missing squad? Well, the only people who know the truth are the survivors, the so-called Celeste 3. They're somewhere here in New LA. Celeste 3, huh? We'll keep that in mind for later. But yeah, this is where Doug can be found, basically, whenever you want to recruit him into your party. And now, the last thing we have to go over is Affinity. Specifically, well, also Affinity itself, and also Affinity missions. These are the last types of missions we have not discovered yet. And Affinity missions, they're basically designed specifically to flesh out your party members. See, we have the main story missions. We all know about those. And we had normal missions, which are to flesh out the NPCs of Mira and NLA. Well, Affinity missions are just like normal missions. Well, basically like a combination of normal and story missions, but for your party members. But just like story missions, they have fully voiced dialogue cutscenes. And also, just like story missions, you can only accept one at a time. You cannot back out of the mission once you select it. You cannot accept another Affinity or story mission after you select one Affinity mission, or story mission for that matter. You can't accept Affinity missions while in story missions. And also, you're required to have specific party members and meet certain requirements. So Affinity missions are very, very similar to story missions. In total, there are 52 Affinity missions in the entire game. I will be covering all of these for this Let's Play. Now, let's take a look at Affinity. We now have access to the Affinity chart. Let's take a look at this, because this thing is quite the doozy. So here we have, player. Oh yeah, so this is just for like your fellow squad members, basically. So player Affinity is what where you can see your all the people that are in the squad with you, basically. But we're not worried about that right now. We want to focus on character Affinity. So, Affinity is a core mechanic of the Xenoblade franchise, the Xenoblade series. Here we can see the connections between all the characters, like for instance between Nagi and Vandam. Vandam views himself and Nagi as like they mutually view each other as old acquaintances. That's the connection between them. And between Nagi and Maurice, did we even meet these guys? Well, they're they're peers basically. And you can also select the characters to learn more about the characters themselves. We can see the basic information, like Nagi, who is age 57, his occupation, his gender, his race, everything. You can see like all the different information about all these characters that we know of so far. And that's just the NPCs alone. Now, for our party members, there's going to be something different to them. As you can see, our affinity to that party member is measured in hearts. You may have noticed several points throughout the past 5 episodes where we saw hearts above Elma and or Lynn's heads. that means that we are increasing the our affinity with that character. To do so, you have to make decisions that line up with that character's beliefs. Doing so will increase that character's affinity or trust with you. And your affinity with that character is measured on a 1 to 5 heart scale. So that's how affinity works with party members. Why is this important? Well, in order to do certain characters' affinity missions, you have to have a certain affinity level with them. And most of the time, it will be either 2 hearts or 4 hearts. Sometimes it will also be 1 heart or 3 hearts. It just depends on the party member. Elma has 2 affinity missions. One of them will require us to have 2 hearts with her, another with 4 hearts. And in addition to affinity missions, there are also things called heart-to-hearts. Heart-to-hearts are conversations you can have with your party member when they're not in your party and specific conditions have been met. Those are times where you will find your party member somewhere that isn't their normal hangout spot, basically. And that there, as you can see, we got some Uranium and Frontier Nav revenue because the cycle just passed. The decisions you make during cutscenes are not the only ways to increase affinity with your characters. You can also do so by answering their soul voices during battles and also completing missions with them. Every time you complete a mission, any character that is in your party will automatically increase their affinity with you. So those are different ways to increase your affinity with characters. Essentially, what it comes down to is if you want to increase your affinity with a certain character, you have to have that character in your party. And now we have 5 party members that we need to start increasing our affinity with, as well as leveling up. We have never had Doug, Irina, and Gwen in our party yet, so we don't know what level they're at. And we're going to need them to be at certain affinity levels for certain missions in the future, as well as certain levels so they can join us in basically future story missions and whatnot. So after all this talk, I still haven't gone over why it's such a big deal to me that that the online service is ending in April. I mean, like we talked, yeah, sure, the squad console is very useful. I mean, like it's useful if you're struggling against a specific enemy. But I can only think of like I can count the number of times I've used this thing on one hand, honestly. Because it's not necessarily game-breaking per se. It's useful, but it's helpful, but it's certainly not game-breaking, that's for sure. Well, let's go back to the Blade Barracks, shall we? One last time, I promise, for this episode. You may have noticed on the bottom right corner of the screen is something called Squad Mission, and by extension, Squad Tasks. And below Squad Tasks, there's 5 emblems there with numbers on them. Basically, squad tasks are optional objectives you can complete that will net you reward tickets. Reward tickets, as you can see, I already have 30 reward tickets, and I haven't gone out and got them. Now, you could say I could have gone off on screen and done some squad missions or something, but I haven't. I have done absolutely nothing to contribute to the 30 reward tickets that I have. Well, the thing is, reward tickets are the whole reason why the online service ending is a big deal to me. Because you need reward tickets in order to exchange for materials you can get from this console. This is the network console. And if we go to use reward tickets, we can use reward tickets to purchase enemy drops. Any enemy drop in the entire game is listed here, including enemies that are so incredibly difficult to fight that you would have to spend reward tickets to earn the augments or upgrades or whatever you need in order to defeat said enemies. So instead, you could do squad missions and purchase the enemy drops from here using reward tickets. And let me tell you something, doing these squad missions is actually quite easy. And you'll earn, the best part about this is, you actually earn the reward tickets regardless of whether or not you participate in these missions or not. As long as somebody in your squad does them. There are 32 players in each squad. And no matter who does the squad missions, as long as someone does them, everyone gets reward tickets for getting the squad missions done. And that is why I am so upset about the online service ending because there's a certain specific thing to get. I can't say what it is because it's spoilers, but there's something very specific that you're going to need a crap ton of reward tickets to get. But as you can see there, I have a maximum of 400 there. Your maximum amount of reward tickets you can hold is based on your blade level. Once you get to maxed out blade level, which is level 10 by the way, you will be able to get up to 9,999 or let's say 10,000 reward tickets. That will allow you to, I believe that's enough to purchase the basically the materials you need to essentially get the item, the highly sought after equipment that I want so badly for this playthrough. And I only got this once, like back in my previous playthrough last year, and I want to get again for this Let's Play. In fact, actually, I'd like to get 4 of them. That'd be really awesome. So, that, folks, is why. This is the whole reason why I'm doing this Let's Play right now instead of years down the line when otherwise it wouldn't be such a big deal for me with the online service ending. Like, it wouldn't affect the game much for me at all, actually. If it weren't for this, if it weren't for squad missions and reward tickets. You want to get reward tickets as much as you possibly can. As far as I know, there's only one way to get reward tickets outside of online mode, and that is completing the game 100%. So completing every single segment. That'll get you 5,000 reward tickets. Well, what the hell? By then, that's completely useless. You don't need reward tickets by then because you've already done everything you possibly can do in the entire game. You basically need the online service in order to get reward tickets, essentially. I mean, I think there's probably other ways I don't know about that people will be telling me about in the comments. If you do know about them, feel free to tell me, please, because I'd like to know if there's a way to still enjoy the reward tickets without having the online service. Now, this right here, I was talking about this in the earlier episode, but I didn't get to actually show it. This right here is another one of those speech bubbles. You know, we've seen these before, like whenever we walk around to NPC that we can't even like speak directly to. We're just kind of listening to what they're saying, like this. You know, like this woman, for example. Hey. All right, people. Remember that each of us bears the weight of humanity's very existence upon our shoulders. So basically, these yellow smiley faces are the exact same thing, but these ones are special. They will actually give you an important piece of information that will update a segment somewhere on Mirror, whether it's somewhere here in NLA or somewhere out in the landmasses of Mirror, wherever. It will update a segment for you and tell you what you need to do in order to complete that segment. It's very useful. Really? This one updated a segment in the Industrial District. So let me take a look at it. See, what was the deal with that Yardley guy at the Outfitter's test hangar? Do you really think we give him our precious resources for this nonsensical research project? So that right there was actually a hint towards a normal mission we can now do, a side quest. So, yeah, now the segment is updated on my Industrial District map, and now I know where to go to get to it. Okay, now real quick, let's update our Collectopedia here, because I'm pretty sure I've gotten stuff that I can now add to it. Yes, I did, and there's some lucky items too here. This is the Doga Dandelion. Yeah, again, all you get is just a bunch of battle points, basically for those lucky panels. Another one right here. Yeah, the Eldesh... Really? Oh, I thought that was one of the more common items, but whatever. Alright, so we got almost half of the Primordia's Collectopedia done. That's perfect. That's actually pretty much where I'd expect to be at this point. Okay, now. So, with Chapter 3 done, we have opened up, we have access to, technically 8 affinity missions. Yeah, so you can't do any affinity missions before Chapter 3 because the game basically, you're stuck in story missions from the beginning of the game up until the end of Chapter 3. So, affinity missions do not become available till after Chapter 3. After Chapter 3, we have access to 8 total affinity missions. But I'm only going to be doing 4 of the affinity missions that are available between Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, because one of them is open regardless of what chapter. Like there's one single affinity mission that has no chapter requirements, like no chapter prerequisites. One that has no story chapter prerequisites. but you have to be like basically in level 20s-ish, so you might as well wait until after Chapter 4 to do that one. And the other 3 will take us to future continents of Mir we haven't been to yet, so look at that. We didn't even invest any Miranium, but sometimes, yeah, as you've seen before, they will automatically update anyways. Gravity keep me down, the Dawn this where latest and greatest in quality gravity resistance, and of course high physical resistance is still a trait of all Sakuraba wear. Assault 3 series. Is it possible to Sakuraba in your arsenal and locked in combat with foe? Lock them to the fine beam weaponry. Okay. Anything else? And the Knife 3 series. Breaks new ground again. Introducing the latest addition to our great ground gear lineup. An electric line of knives guaranteed to send Piscinoids running. Piscinoids. And the Sniper 2 series. Finally, secrets of other technology have been tapped to bring you the one and only Sniper 2 series. Also, you probably just heard a sound just a moment ago, like a ding. I don't know, I can't even describe it. But basically what that sound is someone cleared a squad task. And that means we got squad tickets for that. We got 8 to be exact. Not a lot, but still. I'm pretty sure you get more squad tickets if you actually do the squad missions. And that is where all of the off-screen grinding is going to be for me. I'm going to be doing actually a bunch of squad missions offline. I'm going to do, before I do any though, not offline, but before I do any off-screen grinding though with squad missions, I'm going to show you how, I'm going to do them on-screen first to show you how to do them, basically, show you how they work. Also, now that we're level 10, we can get, I think the next gear, actually. Yeah, we get level 10 gear now at this point. That's good. But we can only get dual guns, so keep in mind that. Soldier dual guns 2, which look exactly the same as the one we currently have. And it's, I guess we'll take this. Yeah, we're going to want to update our gear, actually, since we're kind of stuck, basically, with minimum arts, and we have to decide like who we're going to have as our party members for the next few episodes before we move on to Chapter 4, or whatever chapter is going to require us to have Elma and Lynn back in our squad. Because the vast majority of story and affinity missions will require you to have Elma and Lynn by your side, because those are your 2 main party members. They're the two other main characters of the story, basically. So there's that. Pretty much none, like all the level 10 sword or knives or swords suck, actually. Wow. Same attack power, and it actually takes away some of our melee attack. Yeah, it's all crap, actually. Okay, well, we'll keep what we have. And as for head, okay, so for armor, it's different. As you saw by, we've seen by weapons that goes levels 1, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, and 50, and so on. Well, armor is different. It goes by 5, levels of 5. So 5, 15, 25, 35, 40, 45, 55. So, yeah, it's kind of weird, but that's how it works for, basically that's how different they work, basically. So we have access to, well, still level 5 stuff, so... Yeah, I don't know if I want any of this. I mean, I can upgrade my defense still. It's good. It's still good, at least, by a few points. But, we'll get stuff that we need if it's specific to the mission that we're doing. But otherwise, yeah, folks, it's time to actually do something with this episode. Jeez, we've done absolutely nothing. It's been another boring episode because we just been talking about stuff, basically. Well, let's head on over to Mission Control. Yes, I see all these... Oh, you know what? Actually, yes. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's talk to Eleanor. I really want to do this one. For those of you who know that what normal mission this is, yeah, you probably know I really want to do this one. Hello, Multi. Seems you're already well on your way to making a name for yourself. I've been hearing stories around Blade headquarters. One day you're outgoing hostile Xenos, the next you're adopting strange walking delicacies. Oh, but I didn't stop you just to catch up. Commander Vandam asked me to brief you the next time I saw you. Are you familiar with Blade levels? You've been studying up. That's good. Then you know that you're like a barometer for your contributions as a Blade. or that they're like a barometer. Next up are division points. Know about those? I want to get a refresher on those real quick. No? Alright. But you do know about divisions, right? The 8 blade divisions each serve a different important role. It was like expanding frontier nav, hunting engines, team salvage, and white whales a lot. This way performs those tasks as he or she's aboard. Points based on performance. Those division points I mentioned. Probably knows, but to advance your blade level, you have to collect division points. Okay, yeah, so I was right. The good news is that basically any work you do as a blade will net you points. Simple, right? Oh, someone's confident. But Commander Venom may be right in thinking that confidence of yours will yield great things. Why don't you set your sights on a blade level of 2 for now? That should give you an idea of what you're up against. Come back and see me once you get that far. Yeah, I already got that a few episodes ago. It's blade level basics. Yeah, increase your blade level 2. We've already completed this mission, luckily before we accepted it. But actually, real quick, I want to... I really want to have someone in my party, because if you don't have anyone in your party, then you're not earning affinity with those party members. So, but that's the hard decision, is like who to have in my party, because, well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get Irina, Gwyn, and Doug. The 3 party members who we have not worked with yet. Let's get them now. So starting with Irina. Hey, Multi. How's it going? Hey, Irina, I need you staying next to me when I do this mission, so you can just, like, increase your trust in me when I make these decisions. Thank you. Need backup to say something. Always want to help. Not that you're extra special or anything. It's just one of my duties as a senior officer. Anyways, feel free to bring me along. Okay, fine.
Want to team up?
Roger that. Leave the hard parts to me. By the way, that clears the segment. That's why Irina's name was in blue there. Is because in order to clear the segments there, all we have to do is just simply add Irina to our party, basically. That's it. That is how we clear the segments that that our party members are located at. It's just that, by adding them to our party. Well, most of them, that is. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that quite yet until we actually encounter one of those party members. It's hard to say what it is exactly without kind of spoiling it. Again, spoilers, spoilers. Kind of. Not really. I don't know. All right, Gwyn. Let's get you too. Well, hey there, Multi. I was just thinking about you. I haven't had an assignment with any real meat on it for a long time, and I can almost feel my skills melting away. So if you got anything you could use my help with, I'll be thrilled to lend a hand.
Stay sharp out there.
I'm good to go whenever, and I'll do whatever. I can't ask for more than that, right? And then we'll warp to the hangar and get Doug onto our party. Now, interestingly enough, these characters are actually higher level than me. That's actually kind of surprising. Yeah, Irina starts at level 14 and Gwyn starts at level 12. So that's actually very useful. I thought they'd be lower level than us, but yeah, it's actually very helpful, because that means all I have to do is just increase their affinity level, which is still going to be just as difficult as increasing their... wait, was there a yellow speech bubble there? Yes, there was.
No kidding?
Oh, okay, that's for, yeah, it's one of the, one of the upcoming, landmasses that we haven't gotten to yet, so, spoilers. But, I guess, yeah. I don't know. I have no idea.
Hey.
You're invested in the mystery of missing... Oh, okay, we already read that one. Hey, Multi, you're not busy? Then we should team up. Between the 2 of us, I bet we could bring down some pretty big game. What do you think? Yeah. Come along, dude. So for the first time, we now have a full 4-character party. So just think of the possibilities that are now open to us. But first of all, obviously, we got to get them all suited up with proper armor, because, well, in their default armor, they're not going to be able to... I mean, it's all level 1 armor, I'm pretty sure, like all their basic stuff that the characters start with. I'm pretty sure it is, anyways. But I want to... Yeah, we'll go talk to Eleanor now. Then we'll get these peeps all suited up with actual armor and gear.
Wow.
Whoa, wait, have you already increased your blade level? I thought so. You certainly don't pull off the vibe of an amateur, that's for sure. Well, I'll still give you my spiel just in case. Whenever your blade level increases, pay me a visit. Once I've verified your status, I'm authorized to issue a fat bonus. So let's start by getting you a gift to commemorate reaching Blade level 2. Holo Figure Projector Add. I totally forgot about this. Not only can you upgrade your field work, but you can also, it adds more features to the Blade Barracks customization. Have you had a look at your bonus? I'll be furnishing you with all sorts of things to deck out and customize your barracks. That's the only place on Mirror you can truly call home after all. And now you can make it just like home by tweaking the design to your liking. Not the sort of thing you expect Van to be thinking of, is it? It doesn't really exactly scream interior designer. Truth is, a month or so ago, a petition went around and 100 blades signed on. But I digress, back to briefing at hand. There's one additional bonus, probably one you care more about than redecorating your room. I'll be increasing your level of your skills. You have 3 level skills in total, mechanical, biological, and archaeological. But each is still fairly rudimentary at this point, and you're ready to move beyond that. Well, I've got good news. As part of your bonus, you can choose to improve one of your field skills. You may think it's a little cheap of us to force you to choose one at a time, but believe it or not, it's for your own sake. Forcing too many advanced concepts on a blade at once tends to confuse and overwhelm more than help. Not to mention that if misused, someone could take that expertise, hack the computers of Blade Tower, and endanger all of humanity. That's why the highest tiers of technical skill are reserved for people who have proven themselves trustworthy. Those with the high blade level skills. Alright, enough lecturing. Time for a fun part. Which field skill will be boosting you today? Always go for mechanical first. Always. Mechanical skill is what you need for Frontier Nav probes. Everything else, not only that, but also mechanical is also for the white whale debris as well, which gets you all the extra probes that you need for ideal Frontier Nav setups. So always go upgrade your mechanical skills first before any of the other two. Alright, your mechanical field skill is officially enhanced. That's all for this round's bonus and for the briefing. As of today, you're a proper blade. Now get out there and earn those division points. I'll see you when you hit blade level 3. I'm always here. In the meantime, good luck and have fun. Will do. Alright. You've learned that earning a certain amount. Yeah. And we earn affinity with all 3 of our party members. So yes. Yeah, just more proof that having certain characters with you during missions is the best way to improve their affinity. Well, actually, I'll show you real other ways to do it later on. But first of all, now let's talk to Kirsty. Remember her? She was the one who gave us the professional mission. Well, now just hold on. The supplies we brought from Earth are already starting to run out. These rates of uranium mining are enough to keep New LA going. Yes, I know you're all doing the best you can, but look, it's just not enough. We can't... Oh, hey Rookie, glad to see you back. And apologize for the scene you walked in on. Well, I suppose this concerns you too. May as well brief you on it. In the months since crashing here, we've gone through most of the resources we brought with us on the White Whale. We're now in the process of transitioning to materials acquired through Frontier Nav. More than anything, we need a large supply of uranium to ensure operations here can continue. But with so few data probes in place, it's difficult. Everyone's so busy that a lot of important work has gone undone. Maybe you could lend a hand? First, I need 750 units of uranium. Then I need someone to deal with a pack of juvenile simius that keeps hassling Pathfinders out in Primordia. And finally, I have my own little spec up. I need a storage device known as a data unit FN093 to be recovered. It contains some top secret info. If my calculations are correct, it should have also fallen to the planet's surface somewhere out in Primordia. If you take care of all that, I'll make sure it's worth your while. Deal? Alright, Planetary Pioneer 1, or Part 1. Part 1 of 5, to be exact, I do believe. And this one will get us a booster probe. We'll learn about those, I think, after we complete this mission. She gives it to us. Now, as you can see here, it says complete Trailblazing 1, 2, and 3. So, this normal mission is actually a web of 4 normal missions all together. Because to complete this normal mission, we have to complete these 3 normal missions. So it's actually 4 and 1, basically. So, yeah, it's going to brief us with the missions Trailblazing 1 through 3 here, as if they are separate missions, basically. Alright then, to mine more uranium, you'll need to install new data probes. You know the deal, right? I'd recommend expanding Primoria's Frontier Nav as you tackle other missions in the area. Such efficiency is the Pathfinder way. I'm not a Pathfinder, so I guess we're screwed. Try to keep that in mind as you work, rookie. No worries, but still nice to get a thanks once in a while, so keep it up. Finish this mission, you'll be a full-fledged Blade as far as I'm concerned. Alright, good luck out there. People of New LA are counting on Frontier Nav, which means they're counting on you. Okay, let's give her the uranium. So that's pretty easy. So that's Trailblazing 1 complete. Okay, so now we got to head out to Primordia and clear. Let's see. So where is the... Oh, of course, it's in Northwest Primordia. So we're not going to complete this mission quite yet, although there is also... let's see what Trailblazing 2 is. So that's part 3. So that's Trailblazing 3 we can't do yet, but what about Trailblazing 2? Let's see. Five Juvenile Simius in Primordia during the day. So first of all, we have to set the daytime. So I've already told you before how to do that, but just in case you forgot, on your minimap, look for clocks, basically. Out in the field, that's going to be base camps, but inside NLA, it's basically a bunch of benches, red benches to be specific, like this one right here. So we'll set to 5 a.m. They'll set today. 5:01 to be exact. It has to be 5:01. Or else it doesn't work. Then you have to start over. You have to start over the whole game if you set to 5 a.m. Just to warn you. Okay, so the Juvenile Simius, they're actually right by one of the FN sites we've already planted. So this one we can take care of. Let's do that, shall we? Let's go do this thing. Let's actually have some action this episode because the vast majority's been talking and just explaining stuff, and I'm sure y'all don't want to listen to me flap my gums or whatever. What the hell? That just sounded weird. Okay, so level 10, so a little more challenging, but thankfully my party members are actually... Whoa! Doug is level 18. Jeez, okay, well, they're actually... I'm pretty well covered, basically. This will actually make it easy for me to move up, and actually I don't really need to upgrade their equipment because they're already far level above this Simius here. Yeah, I'm actually going to settle with this party for now until we actually have to switch back to Elma and Lynn. And in the next episode, I will actually show off the arts that the party members can use. Irina, Gwen, Doug. I'm actually going to switch between the 3 characters along the way just to get them powered up, basically. And hopefully maybe get my character powered up in the process. Because, yeah, all you have to do is just defeat... enemies higher level than you, regardless of whether you have overpowered teammates with you or not.
That doesn't even count as a warm-up.
Oh, class skill acquired. Okay, let's take a look at what we got. So multi-earned a skill. It is steady hands. So yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade just to level 2. That's all we need to do. But this one will boost range accuracy by 14%, and upgrading it will simply just increase the percentage. And same for Agile Gunslinger, which I didn't explain that earlier in the episode. I apologize for that. Okay, so oh yeah, plenty right here. Okay, so now these guys are gonna be too easy because they're below us, but whatever.
I'll pin him down. Give me some cover fire. See him chew on this.
Yeah, so pay attention to the characters as I respond to their soul voice because the heart is going to be above their heads, and I can't do it here because it's not, yeah, cooldown's going to be too slow. But yeah, you'll see, simply responding to soul voices, the characters will automatically increase your affinity with them. And I don't have any debuff arts. I'm sorry, Doug. I'm so sorry. Please don't lose trust in me over this. That's okay. You can't lose affinity with characters. It's not possible.
Nice work, y'all.
Oh, we got another one actually joining on the battle this time. Okay, this will be a little more interesting, but still not much more difficult. There's still a lower level below us. And also I see that Tyrant out there, and actually I kind of want to see if I can take on that enemy. Maybe we'll get some rewards for doing that. Who knows? You never know. It might actually clear a segment too. But yeah, either way, honestly, my way of increasing affinity with characters is just basically grind battles with them essentially, and just always respond to their soul voices. But this is a lot easier when you have much later on in the game when you have like a full palette of fully upgraded arts basically, because then you can just automatically respond to their soul voices all the time because your art's gonna have very short cooldowns essentially. So that's my method of grinding affinity with characters, because that's a thing you can do basically. And you're gonna have to do it at certain points in order to do certain affinity missions. Yeah. Also, by the way, whenever you see a white dot out in the field, that is a blade that you can scout basically, or a squad member that you can scout. You need help? Kim from Pathfinders, who's a level 10. Yeah. So I don't need a squad. I don't need scouts. I really need to focus on upgrading, getting my teammates' affinity up, and also my own personal level up, basically. But also, yeah, doing this normal mission. What the hell? Where's Okay, I think we need to respawn in order to get some more simians to spawn, actually. So I'm gonna do that real quick, because that's how awesome this game is. You can literally just fast travel back to the same spot, and the enemies will respawn right there, I think, right? Let's see. Let's see if my theory is correct. Indeed it is. All right. And best of all, we only have to fight one of them, too. Oh, God. Oh, God. See that over there? There's a level 81 Simius Tyrant. And, yeah, that Tyrant is actually one of the segments in Primordia to complete. And I have completed before, but it's going to be a long time before we can get to the point where we can actually do that, just to warn you. So, yeah, just avoid that Tyrant at all costs for now, because, yeah, fighting level 81 at level 10 is, yeah, not possible. And with that, Trailblazing 2 is complete. So, yeah, we'll have to save Trailblazing 3 for later. And, but for now... oh, yeah, that's right. Let's go and take on that level 11 Tyrant, which is a lot more doable. Where's that at? As you saw, though, it's an Evolo, and I haven't been able to defeat... Well, I think didn't I defeat one or not? I don't remember. Yeah, we should be able to take on this Evolo, no problem. It's, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Although, I don't think it appears all the time. Might have to... Oh, there it is over there. I see it. Alright, buddy, let's do this. Roderick the Fleet-Footed. Let's do this. I don't know if it clears a segment or not, but it's always worth it if you feel like you can defeat the Tyrants. Definitely go for it. But this should be no problem at all with Doug being so high level, basically. I don't think we'll have an issue at all here. Oh, of course, there happened to be... Wait, Blade Mission Novus? Oh. I think that means we complete a mission, but we haven't actually... We're not... It's not doing the prompt because we're inside a battle. You can't get a prompt for... You can't get a prompt for completing a mission while inside a battle, basically. So that's what that is. Okay, I'm going to wait for it to turn around so I can do an attack. Come on, come on. There we go. I just want to get behind it so I can do the actual attack. Oh, come on, seriously? It's too bad these are short-range attacks, but oh well, that's all good. Okay, let's make sure we're focused on this one enemy too. Let's ignore the other one. Seriously, Doug? Seriously? You're level 18. You shouldn't be struggling against this. What the hell, dude? Man, it would really help if I had a debuff art or a one of the green ones too. I forgot what the green ones are called. Dang it. Support arts, I think they're called. Yeah, supports. Come on, come on. Cool down, please. Cool down, cool down, cool down, cool down. Oh, just in time. Okay. Aura. And it just leveled up. I'm at level 11 now. Nice. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I almost missed that B action command there. Okay. Despite some bit of struggling there, we did actually quite well. Worn Combat Sleeve R. Okay, well, whatever. And Gwyn got his class leveled up. Nice. Okay. Last thing we'll do before we end off this episode, we're going to go back to Administrative District. I'm going to check on the mission control real quick. So, what was that novice? What was that achievement I got that mentioned like something about missions or something? Like completing certain missions? I don't know. I totally forgot. But anyways, I just want to check this real quick. Always check this because it could be something you could do. This one, don't do this yet. It's, yeah, definitely not between Chapter 3 and 4. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like really high leveled or something and you're really crazy. But this one, okay, so every single time from here on out between chapters, one of the basic mission spots will be new orders. This is by Commander Vandom, and simply all it does is just direct you to the story mission. That's it. You don't get any rewards or anything for doing it, but it's just one of the basic missions. If you want to just get some free affinity from with your party members, I guess you can do that for that reason. Yeah, 2 units of Arnacian, Orwa, and Primordia. Okay, so we'll do this one. Yeah, like I said, you can accept up to 20 at a time, so just choose wisely whichever ones you can do. But also, go into the objectives and take a look at the numbers. See if there's any complete, which there isn't. Okay, all right. We'll specifically pick the ones that are just in Primordia. That's what I want to focus on, and there's none. These are all in Primordia. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm not going to take on any other missions for any other regions quite yet. Also, by the way, you will see it will display achievements that are done by squad members too. Like anytime a squad member, someone in the same squad as you completes a achievement, it will also display it here for you. Otherwise, folks, that is going to be it for today. Join me next time for more Xenoblade Kurosu, where we will do some more field work with our lovely new party members here. And, yeah, grind levels, grind affinity, take on missions, just a lot of basic missions, normal missions. I'm going to reserve affinity missions for their own episodes, though, so that's how I'm going to handle those. But basic normal missions will probably be just to be doing those next episode. I'm not sure, but yeah, see you folks later.